Welcome to the Gym Heroes Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Peacock. Today's show is brought to you by Gymdesk, the easiest gym management software you'll ever use. Take payments, create marketing automations, track attendance, and much more. To try the software out free, go to gymdesk.com. No credit card or painful sales call required. Our hero today is Kim Lipe, a professional fitness model and trainer who specializes in helping middle-aged women get strong, lose weight, and stay young. This is a big market that gyms and studios should be serving, but it does require a few special considerations to serve well. In this episode, Kim reveals both the exercise and nutrition game plans she uses to help middle-aged women effectively lose weight, get in shape, and most importantly, stay that way. Without further ado, Kim Lipe. All right, welcome to the Gym Heroes Podcast, Kim. Please introduce yourself and your background in fitness and health.
Okay, Kim Lipe, and I live in Coffeen, Illinois. So my background is I actually started working out I'm 60 now, so that was 15 years ago. Made a major transformation, ended up having other people in the community want help. So I left my full-time job that I was doing and opened up a gym in my basement, got my certifications, and just kind of fell in love with helping women, feel better and have more confidence.
Awesome. So you work a lot with women in middle age or that are transitioning into middle age, which is a group that can have some specific needs. So let's start with women already in middle age. What are specific considerations that a trainer or even gyms should have in mind when they're trying to serve that demographic?
Yeah. I think for women middle-aged and even younger than that too, I feel like I know myself. One thing, I was always kind of fearful going into a gym because I didn't know what to do. And I was afraid other people were looking at me. And, so I think, just being very cautious on, helping that person, having a community where they feel comfortable. And that's where, like, my gym is in my basement, and we do like group classes, but it's like having a personal trainer with a group. And I think they really love that. And that's why it's so successful, because, they get to be friends with everybody, and they have a good time, and they don't have to worry about, men looking at them, or, they just feel like they're in their own space, too. So, and, mindset motivation is really key. Like, all over my gym, I have motivational sayings and also transformation pictures. Just the gym wall is filled with transformation. So it gives them encouragement that, hey, no matter how old you are, I've got women that are 75 years old that work out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I lift, but my main thing is really I do jujitsu, and it's like lifting, pretty male dominated. But one thing that I wish more schools did that I think works really, really well is women's only classes. Mm-hmm. They're really excellent for kind of introducing women to jujitsu, because it's a contact sport. It's it's great for self-defense, but you got to get used to it, especially if you've never done anything like that before. And I really like those classes. I think they work really well for getting women interested in. And a lot of them, they'll go on and they'll end up into co-ed classes and spar with the guys a little bit too. But that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you mentioned group classes. Are there any other specifics around the sort of programs that you like to put women and middle-aged on?
Well, definitely strength training. So all of my classes are, just really key in building muscle and strength, because that's something that, as we age, it's harder to build muscle and keep muscle. And it's, super important for balance and stability and everything. So we focused on It's something different every time, but like mainly like lifting weights and then cardio mixed in with it. So they might be doing some interval sprints in the, one room's doing interval sprints while the other is doing bench press and deadlifts and all that. So we do all the major groups and lifts, and of course modify as needed. Women, usually older women, a lot of times have knee, hip issues, so we have to modify sometimes. That I've got some people that are 56, like 60. I'm 60 and I can do box jumps, but not everybody that age can do box jumps. So,
Right.
We modify and, for all fitness levels.
That's amazing. You can do box jumps. You can just jump up there. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I remember my grandma, she's like in her 70s now, but when she was 60, she could not do that. She could not jump. That's really good. That's really impressive. I hope that I can do box jumps.
Yeah.
When I'm getting up there, but
every year I take a team to Try Fitness in Tampa, and we have to bench press, box jump, obstacle course, like cargo net, monkey bars, and even my 75-year-old lady went with us this past year too. So anyway, it's really
that's cool. Awesome. That's impressive.
Yeah.
What about women that are transitioning into middle age? Is there a specific way that you serve them?
I think kind of the same concept, because I find that even the younger ones coming in, many of them are struggling. First, a lot of people come to me for weight loss. That's like the key thing. When women want to start their journey, it's like they want to focus on losing weight, and instead of, they don't think about, building muscle at that time. They're just thinking about losing weight. So I think it's just transitioning them into, those workouts that are going to help with that. Like I call them metabolic workouts, where we're doing strength and keeping that heart rate up too. And, a lot of them too also need modifications, and then, hormones come into play, no matter what age we are really. And it does get harder as we get older, but it can definitely be done. I mean, I've got so many people that are in their 50s and have had major transformations and look totally different, as well. So.
Yeah, strength training is, I've been learning over the last few years, it's really underrated, highly effective. It's almost like magic. If you can get on a good program that's just very incremental and you just keep moving, you really, it doesn't really matter how old you are. You really can totally change. You could put 5-10 years extra on your life doing it just from not being immobile.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I know. I love that, seeing that when I've got that person that comes here and they literally at the very beginning can't hardly get up and down off the floor to do something. And now they, within a month, they're changing that. And, that's so encouraging to others, because like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can start and make a difference and make a change.
Excellent. Yeah. So that's a great segue. You mentioned the hormones. As I understand it, talking to my mom, talking to people I know, weight loss can be a lot more difficult for women than it is for men. And I imagine it gets more complicated the farther in life you get, because your body continues to change. So what's the secret to female weight loss into middle age?
Yeah. Hormones do definitely play a big part in it. And I feel like too, the first thing that I kind of deal with women is, lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes help your hormones tremendously. Like example, I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disorder. So, I have to watch gluten and dairy. I found that those things right there help me so much better than being on those with inflammation and so on. So I think whenever you start to change your lifestyle and eat whole foods, try to watch, processed foods and chemicals, even the chemicals that are coming into your household, affect hormones. And that makes a big difference whenever they start taking those things out and they follow the plan. I believe in eating like 5 to 6 small meals a day, keeping that metabolism going. And whenever they start doing that, and majority of the women that come to me are not eating enough food, that, we kind of live in that world where, if you want to lose weight, you just start eating salads and you don't eat very much. And, it totally backfires. So whenever they they trust me and they go, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to eat more food. And, it starts to happen because they're putting the right foods in and at the right times of the day. And that's really key for women that are struggling with thyroid or any type of hormones.
So let me see if I understand that. They aren't eating enough food, but they're eating the wrong kind of food. So it's keeping the weight on anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Because whenever basically I call it starvation/binge eating. Because whenever you starve your body because you're
Okay.
not eating enough food,
Yeah.
sugar levels drop, and then you're starving and you're going to binge eat on sugar. You're going to crave sugar, crave carbs, and then you overeat. And then with women, it becomes an emotional cycle too, because then you feel bad that you did that because you're trying to lose weight. So then you just eat more because you're in this emotional little cycle where you can't get out of it. So I think whenever you fill your body with enough of the good stuff, then you're not going to be hungry for the things like sugar or the things that you might crave. That usually you won't crave that if you, like I said, are feeding your body good stuff and you're eating those small meals every 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah. So beyond the pacing and the scheduling of the eating, what sort of foods do you recommend for balancing out hormones?
Definitely, unprocessed foods like, lean meats, sweet potatoes, rice, vegetables, all kinds of vegetables, green leafy vegetables are great. Getting enough fiber by having like chia seeds and flax seeds, broccoli, some of those help estrogen levels too. So yeah, just staying away from anything that has a package and all of the processed chemicals that are in the packaged foods.
Good. Cool. So my next question was to ask if it's hard to diet properly for this, but everything you just mentioned sounds good to me. So I don't think it,
Yeah.
do you get some of your clients, or some of them have trouble with that? Like they have trouble with the sweet potatoes and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it is, it's a lifestyle change and it's hard for some people, like whenever you're not used to having, eating at home and fixing things at home. That's the biggest problem I find is that not taking time to meal prep and to cook at home, because we live in such a fast-paced world that people are driving through, with their kids and, ball games and all of that. So I really teach to my clients to keep meal prep simple. Think about, making one big pot of chicken and if you have your meats all done for the week, it's easy to grab other stuff to put with it. So if I have chicken cooked already, I can pull that out and slice up some zucchini and some broccoli and throw it in the microwave and have a protein bowl, or, microwave a sweet potato, or, add something like that, with it. And it's really not that time consuming. It's just taking, being dedicated enough to taking that maybe one afternoon where you can spend an hour, 2 hours prepping up your food. And it saves you so much money from driving through places too.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably the biggest key is, just, learning to cook from home and, making your own foods.
Yeah. Good, but simple. That's one of the lessons I had to learn when I moved out.
Yeah.
That's definitely the cycle I got into, because it's like, man, do I really want to try and just make something right now? It's going to take me 30 minutes.
Right.
I'll just go to McDonald's.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's just, everything's just so convenient now, and that's the key.
Yeah. DoorDash is the worst. I hate DoorDash. I wish it didn't exist. Half the company probably subsists on me alone. Cool. Awesome. That's great advice. So let's pivot to your online business. So I was told that it's a really successful business. What made you consider going into business as an online coach?
Well, when I started my gym 10 years ago. And like I said, when I was 45, I was that middle-aged person that I tried everything to get in shape and lose weight. And every year the pounds were just coming on. And I remember in 2007, at Christmas time, had this picture come back of me with my family. And I was like, oh my gosh, Kim, what has happened? You've gained so much weight. That is it. So 2008 New Year's resolution was, I'm going to the gym. And so anyway, I did. And I found real quick that I needed to put good food with it because I put all the hard work in at the gym, but I still didn't eat right. But anyway, after about 10 months, I, dialed in on the food. I made a goal to get in the Oxygen Women's Magazine. So that was
Hmm.
my focus. And I worked really hard and, like I said, made that transformation. So then other people were, hey, I need your help. I want to come. So I decided to shift my whole career to fitness and health. And it became so successful. People were driving. I live in a small town in Illinois that's only like 600 people. And my husband farms, so we're in a farming community. So people were driving an hour to come to my gym. And I was like, what if I could just help more women? I just real passionate because I know there's a lot of women out there that are like me at 45 thinking, okay, Kim, either you just keep doing what you're doing and you're going to be gaining weight every year, or you change and you do something about it. And I'm so thankful that in 2008 that I made that transition. And it's probably the only New Year's resolution that I ever kept was that one. But anyway, so that just being real passionate. So 2017 is when I decided to, go online and create a meal plan, workouts, and now I have like a membership where we have a great community too. That's what I love about it is everybody is real supportive and it's a positive atmosphere, and I
Hmm.
think that's what is really key for women.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love side hustles. It's always for you. It's not really side hustle. That's just it's your whole career.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like these kind of business concepts. What does a typical consultation or onboarding look like with your business?
Like if it's an on inline or in studio client and stuff like that too, I just mainly a lot of times talk to them about food.
Hmm.
We just kind of set some goals, like, even with my online clients and all that, that's kind of the number one thing is I feel that everybody can say they want to lose weight, but why do you want to do this? I mean, is it for health? Is it, to get into those genes that you haven't been, and I think really focusing on your why, is really key. When the why is strong enough, the how happens. And that's where I think of myself is that, that Oxygen magazine not only changed my life, my health, but it changed my whole career because then, like I said, I gave up a sales career that I had to work as a personal trainer in my basement just because of that passion. Because I know that women feel like at 45, okay, it's there's no hope for me. I can't get in shape, and it's like I just want to change that concept and give people that hope that it doesn't matter if you're 55, 45, 65, whatever, you can change.
Awesome. I was thinking about your personal story for a second, and you said you had for years you'd really tried to do all
Yeah.
kinds of different things,
Right.
and it just didn't seem to be working. What was it that really changed you? Was it the dedication, or was it
Yeah.
the nutrition change, or what
Yeah.
really allowed you to reach that goal?
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, yeah, the desire to want to do it, first of all. And then, of course, definitely nutrition. When I found, like, because I had tried like Weight Watchers and I had tried, counting macros and all of that, nothing just seemed to resonate with me until I went to my plan is all about just real food. Serving, we go by serving sizes. You get a cup of this, you get 4 ounces of that, so I know the serving sizes. It all works out with calories and macros, but it's simple. And because women don't like to track, they want something simple. They want good recipes, and we have amazing recipes, and that they can cook for their family too, because they don't want to cook 2 meals.
Right.
So we have like a recipe library of lots of foods. So but I think, in the beginning, definitely goal, is I wanted it bad enough. And I just kept, in fact, I actually booked my photographer for my photo shoot before I was in shape. So it gave me that goal. It's like, okay, I got 10 months to get in shape here for this photo shoot.
You
So
clinched yourself in.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's amazing. That's really cool. Awesome. And that's a key detail too. Cause like if you look at like a recipe website online, most of it's kind of oriented at like people that, like young single people almost, that
Right.
they don't have the cooking healthy for not just you, but your entire family.
Right.
Is not always in view in this website. So that's really good.
Yeah. And I know some husbands don't dial in on it, but I always tell my gals that, you just keep doing what you're doing and try to change habits at home. I focus a lot on just changing habits because that's really what it is. If instead of focusing on weight on the scale, let's focus on, I call it my daily 5. You do your workout, you follow your meal plan, you drink water, take your supplement, and then you check in with us on Facebook. That's your daily 5. And when you follow that every day, you're going to have that transformation on the scale.
Great. Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you if they want to reach out?
Yeah, we're at FitBodies4, number 4, life.fit. And that's my website. You can go in there and, like I said, I have online, or you can just contact me. We do one-on-one coaching online as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So
excellent, cool,
yeah,
awesome. Thanks again for coming on, and I hope we can actually do this again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for inviting me, Josh.